Hey drivers! Today we're going to discuss the finer things in life. The new Ferrari Amalfi. This is Driver's DNA. My name's Rohit. Let's get into it. Well, not actually into it because it's not actually here and I'm on a suburban couch, but you get the point. So here it is. No, this isn't just a picture of a Roma. This is the new and improved Amalfi. So instead of just doing a boring mid-cycle refresh on the Roma, it went in for cosmetic surgery and came out as a new model. So let's go back a bit and refresh ourselves on the Roma. The Roma was Ferrari's entry-level offering, even though that always sounds insane to say. It came out in 2020 with a stellar design in my opinion. The Roma was powered by Ferrari's 3.9-liter twin-turbo V8, put out 612 horsepower and 561 pound-feet of torque. It's a really solid power plant by all accounts. So you might be asking, instead of just doing your industry standard mid-cycle refresh, why would Ferrari release a new model? Well, if they didn't, we wouldn't be talking about it now, would we? But just to prove I'm not lying, let's take a look at some of the other cars that Ferrari has done this with in the past. The Ferrari FF was produced for 5 years before being transformed into the GTC4 Lusso. Similarly, the 488 became the F8 Tributo after 4 years. The Roma, like many Ferraris of yore, was a beautiful car deserving of the name. The biggest problem was it ushered in the haptic era. The plethora of glass surfaces with capacitive buttons meant that you find yourself accidentally brushing a button and suddenly you're hearing voices. You can't just feel where the buttons are, you have to take your eyes off the road to use them. This looks really cool and all, a little Tony Stark, but just isn't practical. Assuming we're past the practical aspects of buying a Ferrari. So the Amalfi. It's here to right the wrongs of the Roma. Can I say that it's nice to see a manufacturer at the level of Ferrari actually listening to the consumers and journalists by giving us back physical buttons? Let's give them a round of applause. You can tell the Amalfi is related to the Roma, but presents the new Ferrari design language, with the painted black strip going across the front fascia, similar to the 12 Cilindri and F80. I mean, no disrespect in saying this, but the front styling reminds me of Toyota's new Hammerhead design language, which is to say, it looks really cool. The front grille has been completely updated. The rear has also been restyled with a more squared-off design. On the interior, the pièce de résistance is a flat piece of milled aluminum that separates the driver and the passenger. The H-pattern faux shifter is still maintained in the Amalfi. Most importantly, the start button is back to being a physical button, so we can collectively exhale. I don't know about y'all, but I think there's nothing that beats the tactile feeling of a physical starter switch. The mirror controls are still haptic, but we can't win all the time. At least you won't be using those on a daily basis. Among the other major changes, the Amalfi retains the Roma's 3.9-liter twin-turbo V8 power plant, but turns the power up by 19 horsepower to 631. The red line has also been turned up by 100 to 7600 RPM. Like all of its siblings, the engine bay is beautiful and the motor really fills out the bay nicely. The Amalfi's engine also revs more quickly due to lighter camshafts and better intake and exhaust breathability. The Amalfi also got a new brain in the form of the 296's ECU, reworked crankshaft, and faster turbos that spin at 175,000 RPM. I really didn't realize how fast those suckers spin. The top speed is expected to remain at 200 miles per hour, like the Roma, with the 0 to 62 happening in 3.3 seconds and the 0 to 124 in 9 seconds flat. All of this while making 242 pounds of downforce from the newly redesigned spoiler at 155 miles per hour. Honestly, it's wild where we're at with technology these days. Of course, a Spider version is expected as well. The Amalfi is expected to be on sale next year, starting around $275,000. Well, that's the Roma's replacement, the Amalfi. Say what you will, but Ferrari kills it with their entry-level car names. California, California T, okay, not really that one, Portofino, Roma, and now Amalfi. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. I'd love to hear your thoughts on whether you think the improvements are worth it. I'll be bringing you guys a lot more news videos on the reg, and more reviews are coming soon. Also, if you guys have any suggestions for particular cars, drop those below. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys next time.